In this video, we'll be learning what GitHub is. We'll see what GitHub is, get a basic sense for what it is, and we'll explore how it's useful. All right. So GitHub is basically a website. You go to github.com. That opens up the GitHub website. This is okay. I've signed in here. So github.com. When you go to the website, you'll probably get something like this. You can read up on the website here, but basically, yeah, this pretty much sums it up. This is how people build software professionally, right? So you can think of GitHub like a storage space for your code. If you've ever used Google Drive, you can think of GitHub sort of like Google Drive, but this is like storage which is optimized for code. You have so many options which are extremely useful when coding. So let's just open up a repository real quickly. Repository is basically like call that's what we call projects, right? So let's open up my Jupyter notebook repository. So when we have a repository, we'll be having something called commits. We'll be having branches, releases, contributors. We'll be having issues, pull requests. We can have a wiki, which will be like a documentation for the project. So when you're creating projects professionally, you'll need all of these things. There'll usually be more than one contributors. And commits, we'll talk about commits later. Issues, if you have some issue with your code, you can. So if you go to someone's project and you see that their code isn't quite right, you can like go to the issues and create a new issue. And that way, everything will be documented well, and yeah, it's just useful to build software in this way. We'll go into each of these things in depth in the upcoming videos, but this is how a project will be, and basically many people can work on a project. And yeah, we can. So let's just see how GitHub is useful. Since we have talked about collaboration, yeah, let's talk about how it's useful. The first thing is it's very easy to manage projects using GitHub in that you can build software incrementally. So if you look at the commits is basically like checkpoints for your software. First, I created this project, initial commit, and then I added one notebook for regular expressions, and then I found a mistake in that. I fixed the notebook name, and all of these things will be documented really well. So if I go into one of these things, you can see clearly what code I've added in that particular commit, meaning that in that particular stage, like what did I add? And then I fixed some notebook name, and you can see clearly, okay, well, yeah, you will be able to see, yeah, I had regex checkpoint.ipy notebook. I changed that to regex dot ipy notebook. So I basically fixed the notebook name there. So in this way, it's very easy to manage your code, to clearly see what changes you've made, and in fact, you can even revert back to the previous state. So if I want to revert my project back to uh, any of these commits, I can. So basically, I'll delete the files which were not there at this stage, and then if there's something which was in a different way, basically I'll turn my folder back into how it was when I created this particular save state. You can think of it like that. Don't worry about it too much. We'll explore each of these things in detail, as I told you, but this is just to get a sense for how it is. We can collaborate. So if I've created this project, and other people, if they find some mistake or if they want to add on to it, they can. Like you can, in fact, you can go to my repository itself. We'll be having an exercise to do this, and you can contribute. You can work with friends to create projects together. Uh, Third thing is you can have versions, like versioning, and just managing your software. I guess the third and the first point come sort of together. You can version your software and you can manage it. And finally, you can revert back to a previous state. This we have already spoken about it when we were looking at the commits. This is sort of course, GitHub isn't just about this, but this is a sort of a brief overview as to why we we might want to use GitHub. Um, because I want to keep it short, I can't mention everything, but for now, just think of it like a storage space for your online storage space for your code, and it makes it really easy to work on software projects with many people and to maintain a software project and to do all of this professionally. And to finally wrap it up, Git and GitHub, there are like GitHub uses a software called Git, and Git is used pretty much in every professional uh, environment that you can think of. If most of the software companies will probably be using Git, so you're not just wasting your time; you're utilizing it to learn something that is actually used everywhere, right?